Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's C3R Corey here. I'm just going to be doing, finally, a deck profile on what I played this weekend at the Phoenix Regionals. I top 8'd with the deck. It was actually my first time playing with this version of the deck and also playing it in a larger scale event. I played it one other time in locals. Other than that, I haven't really played it except for on DN, and you know how DN is. So. Um, I'm gonna try to remember my matchups as best as possible, but it was such a long day, and I tried to write down every matchup as I played it, but I only got maybe 4 of the names of the decks that I was playing, and I remember some of them. Um, for example, um, my record after Swiss was 7-1-1. I won 7, lost 1, and had a draw. The draw actually came in the very first round. It was against my wind-up opponent. That let's see. Game 1, I only played a Trag and 2 Veilers against him, so he had no idea what I was playing. Trag controlled the game pretty much in Game 1. Like, I got him down to 2,900, and then he just had the OTK. Not really much I could do. I had already used both of my Veilers. But yeah, I mean, that was almost won by Trag itself. He told me later on, after Game 2, that he thought I was playing Chaos Dragons. So Game 2, he actually opened D-Fissure, Factory, Rabbit, thinking that I was still, I don't know, playing a graveyard-based deck, or monster graveyard-based deck, which I had actually sided on my Veilers because I thought he was going to side in the D-Fissures, and I brought in my Breakthrough Skills, which actually worked out amazing. Fate that game was just amazing. He didn't really know what I was playing until probably third turn in Game 2. Because I didn't have to do anything. He went for the OTK. I played this card. He couldn't do anything. Yeah. But anyways, the next matchup that I played was against it was actually a zombie deck. I was surprised to see it myself. And he was playing Zombie World, which I did not think that the deck was going to make that big of a difference. Him having that field spell, but that was completely unexpected, and I couldn't use I couldn't use Wisdom, I couldn't use, any of my spell books on my spellcasters because they weren't spellcasters. They were zombies. So I ended up still winning that matchup. I still 2-0'd him. I think I just exploded with Priestess on the field. And then I controlled with my field spell after the OTK. So that way I could play power and do all of that stuff. Game 3, I don't remember my matchup. Game 4, I don't remember my matchup. I guess I just took life on my calculator at this point. Game 5, I don't remember. Game 6 was against a local player, Michael Moore. He was playing anti-meta, but Priestess was just, I don't know, it seemed like Priestess was just too big for him. And my power plays and everything like that. He did give me some problems with the safe zone and a Thunder King. In defense, it was kind of difficult in that sense, but then when I got past that and finally drew a Priestess, it was just downhill from there for him. Because I would always pop his face down because I knew that there were Fossil Dynas. Game 7, yeah, was it 7? Yeah, Game 7 was against Infernities. It went to Game 3. He actually Quasar'd me in Game 2. Usually the deck doesn't have a problem really against Quasar because of her. Because if you can draw her and, like a power or something, or, ways to get around Quasar, that didn't happen for me in Game 2. I drew a Trag, and my 6th card was actually the Veiler, which would have been nice. But yeah. He was a really good player. Game 3 came down to the wire, I remember. But I ended up, taking the game. So, round 8, I believe it was round 8. I think I have my games right. It was against Chaos Dragons. No. Oh, I remember what my game. What my round 7 was actually now. It was against my friend David Riley. He was playing Sam's. I ended up pulling it out. Priestess just too good. Game 2 in that one, I'm so proud of this because I didn't think I was gonna use this card. I won with Shining Elf. Shining Elf and Secret Village won me the game. He couldn't do anything. It was just too much for him. Like first turn, I go Magician, Search, Set Threatening. He goes Summon Keys Attack. I Threatening. I keep it on board. I have another Magician in hand. Or no, I have a Secrets in hand. So I play Secrets, search the other Magician, search Master, search Power, attack over, just control the game with Shining Elf. I was so proud of that. Me and my friend were discussing that choice, but anyways, yeah, that was my game 7. 8 was against Chaos Dragons. He just milled the nuts. He actually top 8'd. He got 8th place under me. It's Kyle. I don't remember his last name. It starts with a K. And then my round 9 was against Sam's again. So I guess let's get into the deck profile finally. And I will tell you how the deck played and the way that I played the deck and the way that I feel that my playstyle suited this type of build. I know that some people don't like my build. It's not for you. It was for myself and how I like to play the deck. So first off, of course, you got your 3 High Priestess. This is your boss monster. This is the card that I wanted to focus around, making sure that I can control the field with her effect and her being so big and so easily dropped. Yeah, so of course, 3 Priestess. Next was 3 Spellbook Magicians. Yeah, no explanation. He's a Stratos. 2 Effect Veiler. I feel like this card is getting even better, especially in I don't know, in this new format. I just feel that Effect Veiler is just gonna be, it might be stable again. So I only main 2. I didn't like 3. I played 2 Temperance. I felt 3 Temperance was too much. Personally, I've tested 3. If you draw a Priestess and then you use both of these effects, then you have a dead Temperance in the deck. I don't play Reaper in this deck. I don't play Prophecy Destroyer, none of that stuff. So I felt 2 was good. I also played 2 Trigodias. The reason being is because you don't play defensive traps. At least this build doesn't anyways. But yeah, I played 2 Trags. Self-explanatory. I played 2 Justice. The reason I played 2 Justice is, again, it goes back to what I wanted to do and accomplish with the deck, which was control the board with Priestess. This, I wanted to draw an opening hand, but I hated drawing it late game because you have to wait a turn to be able to use or you have to, not wait a turn, but you have to wait until the end phase to be able to search your Priestess, and I didn't like that. Whenever I was going, what was it, second, I would always side out 1 Justice. Always side out 1 Justice. That, I don't know if a lot of people would agree with it, but that it worked out for me all day. I did not miss the second Justice when I sided. The next are the one-ofs. So I played a Gores. Yes, I played Gores in Prophecy with a field spell. Yes. I only saw it once. It was live. It was against Chaos Dragons. He had a Dark Hole my board in order to get around it. So I really can't say that I didn't like it. I can't say that I liked it. I only saw it once all day. And it was against Kyle, the game that I lost. And I played 1 Stoic. The reason I played 1 Stoic was another first turn option. Again, I wanted to get to my Priestess, which the easiest way to do that is get to Temperance. And yeah, that's why I played the 1 Stoic. Now, my spellbook ratios are a little bit higher than what most people would want. I played 3 Spellbook of Secrets. You know, searches, everything. 3 Spellbook of Wisdom. People don't agree with this. They like 2. I like 3 because, again, my goal was to control the board with Priestess. Played 3 power. 3 power was, I felt, important to this build because I wanted to get the plus off of Priestess effect, powering over their monster, and searching another spellbook. This version goes through the spellbooks very, very quickly. I also played 2 Fate, which people did not understand. I love this card through testing. It completely changes your opponent's playstyle if they don't have an MST or a way to destroy it on their own. It just completely makes them change their plays. That's why I play such a high spellbook count, was because of these. I loved controlling the field with this card. That and Priestess. The next thing was I played only 2 Spellbook of Master. People question this choice, but it's one of those cards to where you like Fate, to where you had to have a spellcaster on the field in order to use it. So if I played 3 and I drew into these and I could not keep a monster on the board for some reason, then it would be completely dead. 2 was perfect all day for me. I did not find myself wanting a third. I did play 2 Spellbook Alive. The reason being is because, again, I wanted to make sure that I kept a Priestess on the board, and also so I could, play Temperance again to get to my Priestess. It's all about Priestess in this version. I played 2 Spellbook of Eternity mained. I love this card. It works so well with recycling your spellbooks. There was just so many good plays that you could do with it. You could, banish even your Fate with another Fate and Eternity it back in order to set up another play with your Fate. You could banish your field spell and reuse it. Just everything like that. Just recursion. That's why I main 2. It was, again, meant to revolve around Priestess. And then the one-ofs for spells, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, the Trinity, all of these. You have to play these. Yeah, self-explanatory. And then my spellbook one-ups. 1 Tower and 1 Star Hall. I played 1 mirror. Oh, that's actually one matchup I forgot to talk about. I played a semi-mirror match. It was against a local player named Tam. He played the Lightsworn version with Lilas and Luminas and Slow Recharge, Charge of Light Brigade, stuff like that to mill all the spellbooks. And then, just use it like that pretty much. This card was nutty in the mirror. My Priestess got to, I believe, 32 or higher, something like that, just because of this card. And then he had a Heavy Storm, and I got to search out another. I think I searched out a Priestess with it. And then the 1 Spellbook Tower, in testing, I hated 2. I don't like 2 of this card in this specific build. I don't know, in another build it might be better, but it doesn't give you that inherent plus when you first play it, like you can with Gates of Dark World, or what else is there? Like the Dragonity field spell. Dragon Ravine. There we go. You have to wait a turn. That's why I only played it 1. I didn't find myself wanting 2. Except for when I played that Zombie World zombie deck. That's the only time I found myself wanting to. But other than that, no. And then the tech cards that my friend Chris helped me choose the night before, 2 Threatening Roar. We thought about it, and this deck was susceptible to OTKs, and these definitely helped. This card was MVP the whole tournament. I loved it, yeah. We can get into the extra deck now. So, of course, got my 3 tokens. Of course, Vexicus, Cordero. Hi, Cordero. And then Chris, my friend, gave me this to have in my extra, just for that, yeah. So I did play 1 Slacker Magician for that off chance that I wanted to stall a little bit. I never found myself going into it. Just like I rarely went into the extra deck anyways. I played a Gachi, Dagusto Phoenix. I made this the most all weekend. Shining Elf, Zen Mains, I made this once. It actually got tempoed, which was horrible. I did play tempo. Levier, never got a chance to go into it. Giga Brilliant, Big Eye, I never went into this once all weekend or all day. Never found myself needing it. Hierophant, same thing. Never went into it either. Armory Arm, I went into once to OTK. Catastrophe, I went into once against, I think it was Sam's, to get around their beast. Black Rose, Stardust, and Scrap. Um, I remember a question that I saw on one of the posts that Cordero posted. I think it was on the ARG one. They asked why I did not play Arcanite Magician and why I played Black Rose over it. Arcanite Magician, I could see myself playing if, I mean, of course you could go Temperance, removing another Temperance, and normal summon an Effect Veiler, but I just felt that in any situation, Black Rose would have been inherently better. If I was in that bad of a situation anyways that I needed to do that. That's why I ran Black Rose over that. Side deck, I sided the third Threatening Roar. This came in against Windups. It came in against Sam's. It came in against... I did play another Windup deck, actually. It was against James, one of the rounds. Yeah, this card plus this card made sure that he could not OTK me. I drew into all three of my threatenings and a rivalry. He kept the Shockmaster on the board, and I just OTK'd him after that. Royal Decree. This only came in against Antimeta, and I think I sided in against Sam's, I want to say, for their, their Magatamas, so they couldn't Magatama me. Their, all that silliness. Compulse, this card was amazing too against Sam's. Compulse Naturia Beast, that was basically my only out if they drew a Naturia Beast with protection. Compulse was really my only out unless I had a Priestess. And that would have been only if they didn't have like a bottomless or something. These were the breakthrough skills. I borrowed them for the event, so I don't have them currently. That card was amazing. I sided against Windups. Samurais for their Naturia Beast as well. What else did I side it against? I don't remember. I think that was it. A Soul Taker. I sided these in against Chaos Dragons. Antimeta, I think, for their Thunder Kings, stuff like that. Defidgers against Graveyard Reliant decks. This came in against Chaos Dragons. Zombies, it came in against... That was pretty much the only matchups, to be honest. It's just I sided them because I could in this deck. That was my best validation for it. Sacred Village. This card was amazing all weekend. I played it against the zombie deck, so they couldn't play their field spell. They couldn't play anything. I played it against... what else did I play it against? Sam's. He couldn't do anything against my friend David when I controlled the field with Shining Elf in this. Yeah, the deck overall, I believe, was just very, very consistent all weekend. Again, this card was MVP. That's it for the deck profile and everything like that. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Feel free to find me on Facebook. A lot of you already have. Anything like that, any questions with siding in your version, or if you want to help with your version, anything like that, I'm always here for suggestions and help and deck building help. But that's it, guys. And this is C3 Corey, and talk to you later.